Jenny, are you there? Can we talk?
Oh, hello, Cynthia, was it? I'm on my company break now, so I'm okay for 10 minutes or so.
Oh, I see. You're talking to your future, possible mother-in-law, and you give me a time limit to talk?
That has nothing to do with it. It's just that this is the only opportunity for a little free time. I'm really busy the rest of the day. I need this break.
But if you are going to get along with me in the future, I recommend that you make me your priority.
I really can't make such a promise.
Excuse me?
Anyway, what's this about? I don't have much time left on my break. I have to shut off my phone when my break ends, so I would appreciate it if you could get on with it.
Your precious little break, huh? All right. Well, your attitude is part of it too, so yes, let's get on with it. I'm contacting you because, well, I want you to quit your job.
Pardon me?
I said, if you want to marry my son, I want you to quit your job.
Why should I do that?
Because it would interfere with you being a good housewife. That's why. If you can't do that, well, I will not allow you to marry my son. I would ask you to terminate the relationship.
That's being a little selfish, wouldn't you say?
It's that, or you're gone. I will not change my views.
I really don't think Brad agrees to this. I mean, he has a say in this too.
Brad has nothing to do with it. If I say no, he'll go along with it without question.
Are you serious?
Yes, of course I am. I know my son. Brad has always been obedient. He cares for his mother and father. Although I was surprised that he picked a woman like you. But I'm sure you talked him into all this. I don't know what you said to him, but I know you probably tricked him. I'm sure if I have a little talk with him, he'll realize his mistake.
Do you really think I tricked Brad into loving me? Why would I even do that?
Oh, please, just pipe down, would you? I don't want to hear any more of your back talk. I was right. You really need more discipline if you're going to marry my son. I will allow you to marry my son if you agree to quit your job and have me train you to be a good housewife. If you can't do that, I will not give my blessing to this marriage.
I'm sorry, my client just arrived. I have to go. We'll talk later.
Huh? What? Wait a second, Jenny. Just have the guy wait. This is more important. Didn't I just say to give your future mother-in-law top priority? Jenny, pick up. You will regret treating me like this.
Hey, Brad. When do you think I should tell your mom about my job?
I'm not sure. I guess it all depends on your dad's situation. Hey, did Mom contact you and say something?
Yeah, she said if I didn't quit my job, she wouldn't allow me to marry you.
Wait, what?
Maybe you should take a look at my line conversation with her today. Probably way faster. I'll send that portion to you.
Alright, go for it. Oh my god, what the hell is this? Doesn't she realize what kind of trouble we'd be in if you quit your job? Besides, I'm the one marrying you, not her. It's what I want.
Thanks for that, Brad. Makes me feel way better. But no matter what she says, there's no way I'm going to quit my job. Or should I say, it's impossible.
Yeah, well, I guess she doesn't know all the details, so she'll say what she wants.
Yeah, I guess you're right. We're just two people who fell in love and planned to get married. But it's really not that simple. There's that little point about your father that makes it complicated.
Yeah, I know. I really didn't want to tell my mom about it so soon, but she brought up the thing about introducing this girl. My mom, the great matchmaker. She was always trying to introduce me to one prospective wife or another. Anyways, It all depends on my dad, I suppose.
Maybe we should sit down with your dad sometime soon and discuss this. What do you think?
Yeah. Maybe we have no other choice. The situation between you and Mom is getting way out of hand. Probably better to straighten this thing out ASAP.
Yeah, let's do that. Thanks, Brad.
Jenny, are you there? Or are you on your break and you can't talk? Just so you know, I called your office and told them that you'll be retiring from the company.
Excuse me?
I recently came into some interesting information. Apparently, you work for a company that does business with my husband's company. Is that true?
Where did...
This makes everything way easier. I told them all the negative aspects that I learned about you ever since Brad brought you home. I told them straight up, if you don't fire her right this minute, my husband will terminate all accounts with your company.
Hold on a second. What did you just say? What's going on? Mother? Why go so far?
My husband's company is one of the biggest and most influential companies around here. I figured your company was a mere subcontracting company, and you're just a lowly desk clerk. I'm right, aren't I? I'm sure the company HR department will contact you pretty soon, so you better be ready to accept the consequences. If you had just obeyed my request, I wouldn't have taken it this far.
Mother, I really don't know what you're talking about.
Now, come on, Jenny. Look at the bright side. Now that you have no job, you can marry Brad, and I can start teaching you how to be a good housewife. What more can you ask for? I did you a favor.
I can't understand why you would go so far to make me quit.
It's for your own good.
Okay then, I guess I'll just have to terminate all negotiations with your husband's company.
Pardon me?
Cynthia, I know you've never worked a day in your life. I think that fact has worked to your disadvantage.
What are you talking about?
I have no problem with you being a full-time housewife and mother, don't get me wrong. But just because your husband owns a company doesn't give you the right to chime in regarding business matters. And I have to be honest, what you just did, that's blackmail. And you did it without even understanding the circumstances.
I can't believe what I'm hearing. After all that, you still talk like that. Well, that means I'm going to have to give you an even tougher curriculum. You better be ready for lots of sleepless nights.
I think it's going to be you who won't sleep well moving forward.
Excuse me?
I'm not sure how you'll take this. Will you just sulk and give up, or will you deem this as a lesson learned and change your ways? Which will it be? It's all up to you, Cynthia.
I'm sorry, but I have no idea what you're talking about. I can't understand you, Jenny. Why can't you make a little bit more sense and accept who you are? Jenny, pick up right this minute. We have to talk. What am I going to do? My husband just asked me for a divorce. He said that in order for the company to avoid bankruptcy, I'm an impediment. He said I would drag the company down. On top of that, he said that you're the CEO of the company my husband is working with. That can't be right, can it? Apparently, your company is way bigger and more influential than my husband's.
Yes, that's right. I really hate comparing our respective companies. You know which is bigger or more influential. We all have our good points and bad points, but your husband's company is currently on the verge of bankruptcy. And with the loss of a major client, that may be inevitable.
Why? Why did things end up this way?
I would ask you the same question, Cynthia. Why?
I really don't know.
It's because you've been obsessed with status. Brad was slated to take over from your husband someday as president. You figured you were the head of the family, as if you were the first lady, so to speak. You even used the employees of the company as your own personal staff, ordering employees to pick you up in the company car and take you shopping or to a luncheon with friends. I heard you even had employees come to your house to clean up and cook. Some even complained that you yelled at them, demanding that they take priority for you rather than the company. As a result, several key employees ended up resigning. The company was left with an inadequate workforce. They were not able to continue projects that were prematurely postponed due to the resignation of some of those key project managers. Well, subsequently, it had adverse effects on some of the company's major projects.
But I was only trying to...
Many of those major clients had no other choice but to terminate their contracts due to lack of progress. That's where my company stepped in. We looked over the finances and future potential of the company and decided to acquire the company. Simply put, we bought you out.
Bought us out? You mean your company purchased my husband's company? You own our company?
Yes. I won't get into the details regarding the negotiations, but some aspects of your husband's company, such as experience and connections in the industry, would be an advantage to us. Your husband made the decision to sell the company to us rather than see it go bankrupt. I think it was a very hard decision for him, but it was the right one in my opinion.
Bankrupt? Bought out? What's going on?
I'm sure your husband kept this all from you because he knew you would do something stupid to disrupt negotiations.
He kept that from me?
I'm sure you noticed that company employees have ignored your requests lately. Your husband already puts the gears into motion. It was only a matter of time before he was no longer the owner. So he told his employees to pay no attention to you, to just ignore you.
He did that?
We conducted negotiations numerous times over the last several months. It involved your husband, Brad, who was slated to take over the company, as well as me and my top executives. In the end, your husband opted to sell the company rather than see it go bankrupt. As for Brad, we decided that he would take over as vice president of the newly formed company, a subsidiary of my company.
Brad is going to be vice president of this company? And who's going to be the CEO of this company?
That would be me, for now.
Well, it should be Brad!
That was not solely my decision. It was voted on by the board of members, a sound business strategy. Well, during this time, Brad and I started seeing each other on occasion. First, it was all business, but gradually we got to know each other. Well, you know the rest. And that's where we are right now.
If that's the case, could you talk to my husband and ask him to rethink this divorce?
You want me to persuade him?
Yes, that's right. It's the least you can do for me. If you do that, I'll let you work for however long you want, and we can forget all about that housewife training, and I'll give you permission to marry my son Brad. What do you say?
I don't need your permission to keep working or to marry Brad. I'll do as I please.
Pardon me? How could you say that?
I wish you would get this through your head that you have no power to change any of this.
Please, Jenny, don't be that way. Listen to me.
I believe your lawyer is on the way to discuss your divorce. You're probably pretty busy, so I'd better get going. Bye! Two months later, we welcomed some new staff members to our company. Several members from the newly acquired company and our team started working together, and things got off to a great start. As for Cynthia, the divorce proceedings went through without a hitch, with her husband providing her with a reasonable financial package, and even introducing her to a fairly good employment opportunity. But on her first day on the job, she took an overly long lunch break without permission and got fired on the spot. She's never worked a proper job before and does not possess any sort of work ethic, it seems. So all she had to live on was her modest divorce money, but that hit rock bottom pretty quick. She ended up coming to me and Brad for help, but Brad brushed her off. She had no choice left but to return to her parents' place in the country. I hear she's living in some beat-up apartment there, working at some local grocery store, trying to make ends meet.
So, Natasha, it seems like the 3 months you were given to live are just about over, aren't they? Finally, I'll be able to marry Rebecca, my one true love.
Excuse me? What are you talking about, Jeremy? I literally just said that I was going on a business trip, and you think I'm never going to be coming home again or something? Besides, Rebecca is the name of my oldest friend. You aren't being serious about her, right?
No, I'm talking about the exact same Rebecca you are. It was about a year ago, when you or I were having that housewarming party. That's when we first got to know each other and fell in love. Before long, we had exchanged numbers and were going on dates with each other all over town. And when I say goodbye to her, I can feel my heart pining a mere 10 minutes later.
Really? Because it sounds to me like you've just been having an affair with Rebecca behind my back.
Are you kidding me? Is that all you got out of that? Well, I guess it doesn't really matter since you'll be dead soon. You can say all the cruel things to me that you want. Soon I won't have to worry about you anymore.
I seriously have no idea what you're talking about. You're not making any sense at all.
Oh, please. Why try and hide it from me when I already know it? I heard you talking on the phone with someone about only having 3 months to live.
Ah, you mean you were listening to my phone conversations?
That's right. So now all about how you were giving your death sentence, and now it's gonna hold 3 months. Soon you'll die and I won't have to worry about pay for the alimony or splitting up our things. It'll be the perfect ending to this wedding. Oh crap, did I remember to sign you up for a life insurance policy?
I really can't believe what I'm reading right now.
And I just know I'm going to be able to use the pity I get once you're gone to get so many things out of different people. Everyone will be bending over backwards for the poor widow husband who stood by your side until your final breath.
Well then, I hope you can allow me to ask you one more question before I go. Just how many times did you see Rebecca without me knowing?
Is that really the last thing you want to hear from me before you finally kick the bucket? Well, far be it from me to deny someone their final wish. I already told you that we first really started seeing each other about a year ago. But ever since then, we always find excuses to go out or even run errands together. So I say it's been almost every day since then.
So then, all the times that you told me you were having to stay late because of overtime were really...
That's right. It was always about me spending more time with Rebecca instead. I practically moved into her place once I heard that you only had 3 months to live.
And I take it this was right around the time that I left for my long business trip that I'm on right now, yes?
That's right. But even before then, it's not like you ever had any idea what was really going on between us.
I see. I think I finally understand the full picture. And this is really the last thing that you want to say to me before I die?
It won't matter at all when you're buried in the dirt. All you've been is an obstacle to me getting to spend all the time I want with the true love of my life.
I really hope that you didn't spend too much time trying to think of these petty little things to say to me. You sound more like a little kid dying for attention than you do a proper man.
And just what is that supposed to mean, huh?
I mean that I don't know if you've been hit in the head lately, but you're acting like a moron, Jeremy.
You're still not making any sense, you walking dead woman.
I thought you said that I was allowed to say whatever mean thing I wanted to you, no?
Oh, right. I guess I did say something like that, didn't I?
Anyways, I suppose I've gotten enough out of you, so I'll be taking my leave now.
Oh, you will be taking your leave, I'm sure about that. You know, for a dead woman, you seem to be awful snug. Not that it's going to make a difference. Oh, by the way, I wanted to ask what hospital it was that you're in. I imagine since you're on death's door, you're probably wasting away at some hospital bed somewhere, right? I was just curious since I haven't gotten a call from anywhere.
And just why would you want to know something like that? Would you come and say goodbye to me if you knew where I was?
In your dreams. I just need to know so that if someone asks me, I'll have an answer for them and come off looking like a good husband. It's a little thing called thinking ahead. I guess you haven't had to do much of that lately, though.
I see. So basically you want to make sure that you have your story straight about how your wife died before you married Rebecca. Is that right?
And just why do you care about any of that anyways, huh?
Well, first of all, I'm not in any hospital right now.
Oh, really? You're not? So you're just lying at bed at home withering away then? Well, thanks for letting me know. I'll be sure to avoid coming home then.
Are we done here? I still have some errands I need to finish.
Is that supposed to be some kind of joke or something? Why would a person with mere hours to live be worried about running errands? Oh well, it's not my life. Just make sure you get the most out of your final hours on Earth.
You know, more than anything, I just feel bad for Rebecca.
Maybe you should be more worried about yourself, because Rebecca and I are about to take a week-long vacation together. Hey, Natasha, what the heck is going on here? Why is all this now about you suing me? This doesn't make any sense. You're supposed to be dead.
Well, I'm sorry to disappoint, but I'm only acting well within my rights because you were cheating on me.
But this is pointless. Even if you are somehow still alive, you must really be dying any day now. What's the point of trying to get money from me if I'm just going to inherit it all when you die anyways?
You think that you're going to inherit all my things when I'm gone? I don't know if you can count on things that are so far in the future, Jeremy.
What are you talking about? You're already on borrowed time. I thought you were dead already.
I'm afraid that I was never given any kind of death sentence.
But I heard it on the phone. You were talking to someone and they said that, right?
That's right, I was talking on the phone to someone. But the one who was given 3 months to live wasn't me, but that person I was talking to.
Are you kidding me? Well then who the heck were you talking to on the phone?
That would be Rebecca.
I don't understand. What do you mean by that?
I mean that the person I was talking to on the phone the day that you were listening in was Rebecca.
No, that can't be right.
It's true. She called to tell me that she only had 3 months to live and that she wanted to spend them with you. But you only heard one half of the conversation and thought that it was me that wasn't long for this world.
So then, it was really Rebecca who only had 3 months to live? Natasha, I want you to know that Rebecca and I are through.
What are you talking about now, Jeremy?
Look, I was really shocked when you told me that it was actually Rebecca who only had a few months to live. But then I realized that there was no point in staying with someone who was so close to death. Plus, I figure I already have a wife who's healthy and I didn't need a girl like Rebecca anymore. So anyways, we could just go back to the way things were now. I was thinking that you could cook my favorite meal to celebrate putting this all behind us.
Jeremy, I'm afraid that you're making a huge mistake again. First of all, I'm still going to divorce you. And second of all, you are still going to pay me for your affair with Rebecca.
What? But why would you do this to me?
I don't care if you and Rebecca did break up. You still cheated on me.
But it didn't mean anything. I was just fooling around a little is all.
That's just the problem. You were fooling around while married. Honestly, I have no idea why you think I would want to stay with you after all of that. Even if we did stay together, it wouldn't fix anything that you did.
No, hold on. This isn't how this was supposed to go. You're supposed to be happy that I chose you in the end. This is a good thing. Be happy!
Let me let you in on a little secret you might not be aware of.
What more could you possibly have to tell me?
Do you know what Rebecca's friends call her behind her back at all?
I have no idea. What do they call her?
They call her a cheater and a liar.
They call her a liar?
Not only that, but she's well known for how cunning and sneaky she can be.
But I don't get it. That isn't the Rebecca that I know.
Well, that's because she is the type of person who would lie to anyone to get what she wants.
Wait a second. Does that mean that she's not actually dying right now?
That's right. It was all a pathetic little lie to try and get me to give you up to her.
Oh, come on! That's just ridiculous.
I know it sounds crazy, but she's been like this ever since we were kids, actually. She would always lie about being sick or hurt or whatever else to get people to feel sorry for her and let her do whatever she wanted. So when she called telling me that she had months to live, I figured it could only be another one of these plots. I didn't really think much of it until you came to me thinking that I was the one who was dying, and then you revealed all about your affair with her. You admitted to every little detail of your affair with Rebecca, and saved me the effort of needing to find any evidence.
But that means there was no reason for me to break up with Rebecca in the first place. I can't believe it. Rebecca totally just blew me off. I told her that I forgave her for lying about dying because I knew she only did it to be with me. But she said she was already over me. How'd they all come to this?
Oh, I guess I forgot to tell you one last thing about the kind of person Rebecca is.
What do you mean? What did I miss?
Well, the moment anyone shows any disinterest in her, she automatically loses any positive feelings towards that person. She might have loved you one day, but now she'll be nothing but frigid. Really, she's just a very prideful person.
I had no idea about any of that.
Well, I'm afraid that you already blew up any chance you had with her when you two broke up the first time. She's probably already moved on to some other guy by now. She does tend to work awfully fast.
I really had no idea that she was that kind of woman, though. You should have warned me. Why didn't you say that it wasn't you who was dying but Rebecca? And why didn't you tell me that the whole thing was probably just a lie anyways? You knew all along!
I already told you about how Rebecca and I don't really get along anymore, right?
Did you tell me that?
I told you all about how for the past few years, her attitude has been getting worse and worse, and she keeps treating her friends poorly.
But you know that I hardly listen to you when you gripe about stuff like that.
Okay, well, that's entirely on you. Besides, you're the one who went out cheating. Did you forget about the ring on your finger? I don't have any more time for your nonsense, Jeremy. You will pay for what you've done, and that is final. A few days after that conversation, Rebecca's parents wired the money we agreed to in order to settle Rebecca's affair out of court. Then, it was Jeremy's turn to pay. Once I had money from them both, the divorce proceedings went very smoothly. In the meantime, I had moved back in with my parents for some extra support. While there, Jeremy wouldn't stop texting me, begging for me to take him back. Finally, he showed up to my parents' place, and my dad flew out of the front door in a rage, screaming that he'd get off his property. After that, I heard through the grapevine that he'd began stalking Rebecca's new boyfriend. Unable to accept defeat, he stalked the couple through the city and continuously harassed Rebecca to take him back. Wooed by his tenacity, Rebecca agreed and the two got married, although I can't imagine there was much between the two of them. Hi, Nana, are you there?
Hello? Is that you, Teresa?
Yeah, it's me. You're in your bedroom right now, I assume?
Yes, I'm just tidying up. Are you alright? Has something happened?
I'm sorry for just messaging you like this. I really need to talk to you about something. It's important.
Teresa, you're in the same house as me right now. Just come to my room. There's no need to message me.
Okay, well, Stacy is also in the same house as us, you know. I want to talk to you about something that I don't want to be heard, so I'm messaging you from my own room on the second floor.
Okay, Teresa. Now I'm getting worried. Are you going to tell me what's going on?
Nana, when you were in the living room watching TV earlier, did you mutter something about being at your limit?
What do you mean? I said something during my TV watching time?
I'm sorry, I was just right behind you and I heard you say something along those lines. And I see you've been binge watching a lot of TV shows about retirement funds. Then I would catch you glancing in Stacy's direction. It seems like my brother and mom and dad haven't noticed how you both interact with each other. Stacy is acting very hostile towards you, Nana.
Oh, right. You've definitely noticed how she acts towards me. You've always been good at reading the room, Teresa.
Yeah, last year, since I've been spending more time working from home, I've noticed how she acts. When I quit my job to work from home, she seemed to tell me that I'm like a person who just stays at home and does nothing. That's when she started acting hostile towards me as well.
Oh, that sounds about right, coming from her, my dear. I'm sorry that I didn't notice how she was acting towards you, Teresa.
It's okay, Nana. I'm surprisingly calm about the whole thing. I very much just let it go. But when it comes to you, Nana, I needed to discuss it with you or do something about what's happening. Depending on whether this situation continues, we need to consider a counterattack so that we're ready for Stacy. We'll be stronger if there's two of us.
Yes, we need to have something in place. I will be getting my pension again in 2 months' time. As of now, I'll be a grandma that no one would want to mess with. Maybe it's time to take someone's power away from them.
Teresa, we need to talk and you're gonna listen to me. When are you going to start looking for a job?
Really, Stacy, you're still bothering me with that? Oh dear sister-in-law, do you still not understand how working from home is gaining traction around the world and that a lot of people do that? Don't you get why I chose to work like this, Stacy?
But you don't even make a lot of money, so that's pretty dumb of you, isn't it? If you're really making money, then why did you come back to your parents' house when you quit your job, huh?
How many times do I have to explain this to you, Stacy? It's because I'm planning on getting married. I was in the middle of renewing my contract for the apartment, but I decided to come back home until the new place is ready.
Really? If you're getting married, why haven't I seen your husband to be at the house then?
Well, if you must know, he is currently overseas for work at the moment. He'll be back in the country in 2 months.
Oh, really? Now?
Yes, really, Stacy. Look, I'm in the middle of work right now. I'm ending this conversation.
Oh, of course, work. You run along now and do whatever things you class as an actual job.
Nana, are you there? My partner, Alan, he gave me the okay on that matter we were discussing about.
Oh, right. Has he really?
Yes, it's a go. Also, I talked to my brother about how Stacy is milking you for all you've got. He knows about the pension stuff.
Oh, okay. So something has finally been said about it.
If I didn't tell him about it, Nana, we couldn't proceed with our plan.
Yes, of course. That's all right, Teresa. It was good that I left the timing up to you when it comes to talking to your brother.
That's fine, Nana. We can now do what needs to be done. Also, Alan wanted to say hi to you online before he gets back to the States. Is that okay?
He wants to talk to me online?
Yeah, we use the internet to connect with him so that we can video chat and things while he's out of the US.
Oh, I see. Now is the time to talk to him before he gets back. I've met Alan several times, but it would be good to greet him properly since he's able to call.
Right, okay. Mom, Dad, and my brother said that they wanted to say hi to Alan too. Stacy will be out of the house at her part-time job on Saturday at around 1 o'clock, so we can talk to him then. Does that suit you?
Got it. Yes, that sounds good. Hey, thank you so much for all that you've done for me so far, Teresa. Oh, I hope this plan works.
For goodness sake, Teresa, you obviously still haven't been out job hunting, have you? You better hurry up and get out of doing nothing mindset. Otherwise, you're going to have trouble adjusting back into society, aren't you? You know what? Why don't I introduce you to a job that you can do?
Enough with your hassling about me getting a job when I work from home. I need to talk to you about something.
Oh yeah, and what might that be?
Stacy, have you been using my Nana's pension without her permission?
Huh? What are you talking about?
About 1 year ago, you said something like, "It's dangerous for the elderly to be handling any money, so I will do it for you from now on." You took her credit card and her ID so that you could have authority over her information, didn't you? It is right to say that you've only been giving her $105 a month while you keep the rest from her.
Wait a second, I told her to keep quiet.
My Nana doesn't usually spend a lot of money on things. My dad has been covering the food and water bills, so it seemed like there were no problems at all.
Well, isn't that right? Then there's nothing wrong, right?
I don't think so, Stacy. funny enough, there's been an increase on branded items lying about the house.
What? No, there's not. What are you talking about?
Well, explain how one time you went on a getaway trip 1 week after her pension came through. You only work 3 times a week, making $10.50, right? At that sort of pace, can you really afford to splurge with the sole money you're earning?
What? Is this talk seriously, Teresa?
And then when it comes to the credit card bill, when I ask my Nana to see it, she never seems to show me.
Well, that's just...
Is it something that you don't want to be seen by anyone? Is that it?
No way! That's not it at all! I never thought that I would get accused by a silly little girl named Teresa who doesn't even bother finding a job. I was just trying to do what's best for your Nana and manage her finances. What's the big deal? I'm just trying to be helpful.
You were never being helpful in the first place. Basically, what you need to do is give my Nana her credit card back.
Whatever, Teresa. Ugh. You're just the little parasite that will be living in their parents' house forever. You have no say in any matters since you're single and have no children. So shut up. If you want to give your own opinion, at least start working hard or get married, whichever comes first.
Really? Is that what I should do? In my honest opinion, I understand how your mind works really well, Stacy.
Use your brain, you useless woman. All you have to do to understand what I'm saying is to understand Teresa. Oh, Teresa? It's rare for me not to see you in the mornings and then not see you return home. I was being cautious when it came to talking about your Nana's pension, but now I wonder if it's really necessary. Oh, Teresa, we all know you have no job and you're super single, so anything you accuse me of is invalid. You've probably finally realized that you're in no position to stand up. Enough of my rambling. So excited that it's pension day tomorrow. It's been a long 2 months, but don't worry, I'll take good care of it this time. Let the money roll in. Teresa, I bet this is all you're doing.
What? I have no clue what you're talking about.
I can no longer use Nana's credit card or any of her documents.
Oh, it's about getting her pension money out of her account, I assume.
Yes, what else would I mean? Today is the payment day, so I went to take out the money and I couldn't use the credit card.
Oh, right. Yeah, I went to the bank and said that it had been lost, so they canceled the card and reissued it to me.
What? They reissued the card?
Yeah, I got a bit carried away with the whole thing since Nana wasn't sure how to go about it. It's her pension and she has the right to use that money. It's not an allowance for you to go out and splurge on whatever you please. That money is not yours. About $31,000 has disappeared from that account in the time that you've managed it. So it's obvious that you've spent all that money, right?
That's not it. Why would you stop making such weird accusations about me? I shouldn't expect anything less from a lazy parasite like you who doesn't want to work. If you don't stop with this crap, then I'll throw you and your stupid Nana right out of this house.
Would you really do that, Stacy? That would be a bit difficult considering Nana and I already moved out. Didn't you notice?
Wait, you moved out of the house?
Well, my partner has come back from working overseas, you see. So I took Nana with me and we moved into my new house.
But this can't be true. You have a partner, really?
I talked about my Nana's situation with Alan, and we thought that the best thing to do for her right now is for her to live with us. Then it became my mission to get my Nana's bank account back from my gold-digging sister-in-law. My partner advised me to reissue another credit card so that nothing on the original card could be accessed. So that's what I did.
How could you do this to me, you little parasite? I feel absolutely sick to my stomach. This can't be happening. I just got home from my job. What the heck is this?
What is it now, Stacy?
Everything in the house except my stuff is gone. Where are your parents? Where's my husband? There are divorce papers on top of my things.
Oh, yes. I told my parents and my brother about Nana's pension situation and how you were taking her money.
What? You told them?
From that point, my brother thought of going to the credit bureau so they could investigate further since they were big allegations.
What? The credit bureau? What could they possibly do?
Surprisingly, a lot. The other day, an investigation report came through. It also seems like that you were having an affair behind my brother's back.
That's a lie.
But in the end, they figured out where that $31,000 had been spent. It seems like you were using it with that man you were cheating with. Is that correct?
No, you're wrong. That's not true.
Along with the divorce papers, you should find papers that we have served to you for cheating and a lawyer's business card. My brother intends to sue you for your infidelity and will request alimony for the pain you have caused him, and for taking my Nana's pension and using it for your own benefit. It seems like you will have to pay the full amount.
No, you've got all this wrong. I didn't have an affair. It's not true. This is an outrage.
If you have anything to say about it, take it up with the lawyer. Don't even think about contacting us directly.
But you've got all this wrong. I can't pay back that sort of money.
You telling me that we've got it all wrong is not going to change the decisions my family has made. You've ripped off my Nana, and my brother is heartbroken. We'll see you in court. You better hire a good lawyer. You're going to need one.
Teresa, you've got to listen to me. I need to tell you my side. This isn't what happened. I didn't do anything. I swear. Come back.
After talking to Stacy, my brother got a call from her. She repeatedly kept saying that it's all wrong, and he let out a sigh and hung up. The house I had lived in up until now was a rental, so I quickly canceled the contract and moved out. Also, my brother received alimony from Stacy and her cheating partner. In total, Stacy used about $50,000 from Nana's pension account, and now Stacy's parents are paying my Nana back. They'll get the money as Stacy's own debt in the years to come. Well, of course, to pay off her debt, Stacy is working from morning to night rather than just working part-time. With having no big amounts of money, she lost her house and now lives in a rundown apartment on the outskirts of the city. Her clothes and appearance are in tatters, but it looks like she still goes to work every day.
Hey, Cindy, you there? Hey, are you off today?
Oh, hello. Kathy, right? Yes, today's my day off. Why do you ask?
Seriously, you really have a day off? I'm super shocked. I didn't think a cleaning lady had any days off.
Of course I do. If I had to work 7 days a week, I wouldn't last very long.
You always take things so directly. What I'm saying is that I'm shocked you can afford taking a day off.
Excuse me?
I mean, it's obvious, isn't it? You're just an old lady working to make ends meet. Take a day off and you can't make ends meet. That's about it, isn't it? So, taking a day off for you is life or death.
I don't really know what you're getting at.
But I'm just stating facts. Also, a cleaning lady, please, is the kind of work lowlifes do, when you don't have any skill or brains to do anything else.
So, do you mean to tell me that you have never done any cleaning in your life?
Excuse me?
Didn't you help out with the cleaning during school or help clean the house with your mom? And don't you help out at the office? I'm sure you have to keep your own cubicle clean, right? Or do you leave it solely to the janitor? How about at home? Don't you clean your room or wash your bed sheets? Don't tell me you don't do the laundry at all. I hear you came out to live in the city from Nebraska or somewhere. You live alone, right? You must clean up your room every now and then, right?
Well, yeah, I have to.
Or do you just opt to live in a pigsty and have the dry cleaners do your laundry and you always eat out? Is that it?
Excuse me, a pigsty? I keep my room spotless for your information.
If that's the case, you really shouldn't say that cleaning is a low-life job, as you put it. Simply put, cleaning is something everyone does out of necessity, or it's a job.
Don't lecture me. I didn't exchange line info with you just to listen to some sermon.
Oh, I see. So you just contacted me to trash talk me for being a cleaning lady so you can relieve some of the stress of your boring life. Is that it?
Ugh, I was just saying that.
So that's it, huh? You wanted to exchange line info so you could just berate me. I see. So you thought I was of a low position in the company because I happened to join the firm unexpectedly and not during the usual recruiting season. Is that it?
But it's true, right?
I hear you're still temporarily employed here, still in the training phase, right? I respect your enthusiasm about your job, but I recommend that you get your priorities straight. You really should focus on work and not worry about this or that social group.
Ugh, what?
Okay, I have to get back to work and I'm sure you're busy too.
What is this? Who the hell do you think you are? You really get on my nerves, you know that? Cindy, me again. There's going to be a company party next week. Wanna come?
Yes, I know. The company's 30th anniversary party, right? Of course I know all about that.
Excuse me? I can't believe that a lowly cleaning lady has even heard about it.
Of course I know about it. The company is one of our biggest clients. Our cleaning company has a big account with them. All of our staff members related to that account has been invited to the party.
Oh, I see. So you're one of the employees of this cleaning company, huh?
That's right. Didn't you know?
I just thought that you were just hired as an independent part-time cleaning lady is all.
Oh, I see. Okay, so now you know. Not just a little old cleaning lady from the neighborhood.
But kinda weird, isn't it? I mean, a cleaning lady coming to a company party, it would be more respectful to the company if you declined the invitation, don't you think?
Why is that?
Huh? Seems obvious, don't you think?
No, not really. Why do you say that?
Because you're a cleaning lady.
Okay. So what?
Pardon me? What I meant is, you're a cleaning lady, and, well, you should know your place, so you should decline the invitation, that's why.
We received a formal invitation from the company. It would be rude to decline such an invitation, don't you think?
Yeah, well, but
If that's all, I really have to get going.
I was just saying, you know?
Okay then. Nice talking to you. Goodbye.
Oh my god, I can't believe this. Why is the cleaning lady at our party? It's the company's 30th anniversary for Pete's sake. I thought I told you it would be better if you declined the invitation, didn't I say that? I remember you saying you had to attend because it would be rude to decline since our company is one of your biggest clients or something. I bet you just attended so you can get your fill of free food and drink. That's it, isn't it? Really pitiful. Hey, wait a second. Why are you talking with the president of our company being all friendly and all? Oh, I know. I bet you're trying to get him for yourself. That's right. You know I have my eye on him too. How pathetic. You're just a cleaning lady for God's sake. You have no right. As a proud member of this company, I will take it upon myself and have you ejected from this party. What do you think about that? You had it coming. I had the floor staff ask you out to the hall and dumped a bucket of water on you as you stepped out. Work like a charm. Oh boy, what a sight to see. You were all drenched in water, like a stray dog. Woof, woof.
What's the meaning of this, Kathy?
Like I said when I lined you earlier, it's all your fault. A dirty cleaning lady comes along to our 30th anniversary party, not showing proper respect by declining the invitation. It was just a formality. Can't you take a hint? Why would we invite the cleaning lady on this important occasion? Also, for trying to hijack the president of our company and my darling. I got your precious little dress all wet. Why don't you use it as a rag to clean the bathroom? After you do that, I'm gonna have to ask you to leave. Yeah, looks that way. Goodbye and good riddance. Hey, what's going on here? Why have I been kicked out of this party? They said I can't return, saying something about paying for the consequences later or something or other?
After what you did, seems like the obvious thing to do. What are you talking about? You just dumped water all over the president of a company that's one of your major clients.
Huh? What are you blabbering about? President? President of what?
The president of Ace Maintenance and Cleaning. I own the company.
Excuse me? Wait, what? But still, you're still trying to sweet-talk our president? That's obvious. Anyway, all I did was go over to the president's place and congratulate him on the company's anniversary.
So, with that, you thought you had the chance with your boss, is that it?
Yeah, that's how it was supposed to go down, but he was super pissed at me for some reason and kicked me out. Did you put him on this?
I should tell you right now that the president is married with kids. You did know that, didn't you?
Huh? Excuse me? He's married?
That's right.
What? Why is this the first time I'm hearing this?
You just never asked. That's all. I heard you talking nonstop to him. He mentioned that he was married numerous times, but you ignored him. Actually, I recorded it all.
You what? Why did you even record me for God's sake?
Well, because I'm married to him and wanted concrete evidence of all this.
Yeah, wait. What? What did you just say? You're just a darn cleaning lady.
Okay, let me explain something to you, Kathy, and I hope this opens your eyes a little. The president of this company that you are employed at, is married to me, the dirty old cleaning lady, which also happens to be the president's wife. Is that clear enough for you?
You're making all this up, right? Why is the president married to a cleaning lady?
Now that you understand, I'm going to have to ask you to leave.
No, this is not happening. suspended. I've been told I can't come to the company for a while. This is your fault. And why the hell is the cleaning lady the president's wife? Makes no sense.
You just won't let this go, will you? Okay, let me explain how we ended up getting married.
Pardon me?
About 8 years ago, my husband acquired a 5-story building as part of our company's overall expansion. With that, my maintenance and cleaning company was awarded the contract for that building. That's how we met, and 3 years later, we got married.
So that means when you guys got married, you were both presidents of your respective companies?
Yes, that's exactly right. It seemed obvious. I mean, we both have the same last name. Didn't you even notice?
Well, now that I think about it...
I was a little reluctant to work directly with my husband's company, but we were short of staff and financially struggling, so I figured once we got back on our feet and hired enough people, we would rethink the contract. But then my husband gradually lost enthusiasm for the company about this time. Apparently, there was someone at the company who was always bad-mouthing the cleaning staff, and there were various complaints he was getting from other staff members. As the company's representative regarding maintenance, I was tasked to investigate, which led me to a woman named Kathy Pierce, a recent hire. This woman apparently also had her eyes on the president himself.
Well, that was because...
And despite telling her that he was married, but you would not listen. And as a result, my husband totally lost it. If I had not caught him in time, I really don't know what he would have done.
I didn't mean to.
And also, you weren't at the party after that unfortunate incident and probably did not know, but we were in the process of introducing a cleaning product that both my company and my husband's company developed together.
Seriously?
But, as you know, I was drenched from top to bottom and could not continue with the product presentation. As a result, the whole schedule for that party was in shambles.
You're kidding me. Why wasn't I told of this?
I got changed and returned to the party as soon as I could. We succeeded with the presentation despite the circumstances. Regarding what you said and did to me, the company will probably render whatever consequences they have in store for you very soon.
But please don't have me fired. I just lost my job at my previous company. I was accused of being a stalker. Can you believe it? So please, I really can't lose my job.
No use complaining to me about it. There's nothing I can do. I suggest you just wait patiently at home for their decision.
Please, I need this job. Could you at least put in a good word to your husband? Please. Cindy, are you there? Oh God, did she just block me?
Several days later, she was asked to resign. She refused at first, thinking that she had a slight chance of retaining her job, and as a result, she was fired. If she would have simply retired, she could have received some financial benefits. Several weeks later, her parents arrived from out of state and visited the company. They profusely apologized for their daughter's disparaging attitude. They demanded that they be allowed to pay for damages for the emotional distress of stalking my husband and for drenching me with a bucket of water during a very important company presentation. The next day, we discussed the issue with our lawyers and decided to accept their offer of compensation. Her parents paid the entire amount, but was adamant that Kathy work and pay back every cent. I heard she is now living with her folks and working day and night to pay them back.
Marianne, is now a good time?
Good evening, Mrs. Payne. What is it?
I'm right outside of your apartment right now. Let me in, won't you?
What? Why are you at my apartment? Is there something wrong?
Just hurry up and let me in. I'll explain it to you later.
Sorry, but could you tell me what the matter is before I let you in?
What? That's no way to speak to your mother-in-law. Hurry up and open the door. Is it wrong for me to visit my son's house?
Glenn is currently away on a business trip. I'm the only one here right now.
Oh, is that so? He didn't tell me anything about a business trip.
I was told by your son that if you visited while he was gone, to first ask you why you visited, then decide on whether to let you in or not.
Really? So you'll let me in if I tell you? Fine then.
That depends on your reason.
You see, I forgot something last time I visited. It's something I need by tomorrow, so I want to get it back now. I'll just look around your house a bit and go home once I find it.
I see. If that's the case, then I guess it can't be helped. Mrs. Payne? What are you thinking, kicking me out of my own house? Let me in right now!
No, I'm not going to let you in. From today, this is me and Glenn's house.
Huh?
I've been thinking about this since a while back. Why did my son marry such a useless woman like you?
What are you trying to say?
You're 41 and Glenn is 33. I wouldn't have minded if you were only a few years older than him, but 8 years is just too much. Why would he marry someone over 40?
I can't really answer for him.
Besides, I can't forgive how a 41-year-old woman seduced my son and took over this room at a tower mansion.
What? Take over?
You only married Glenn because you wanted to live here, didn't you? That's the only explanation for why he would marry someone over 40. I'm not going to let him marry a thief.
A thief? But I'm the legal owner of that room.
Huh? There's no way a woman like you would have enough money to rent a place like this. After all, you did just try to take advantage of a man 8 years younger than you to get a hold of his assets.
Just let me in, will you? Whether you believe me or not, there's no denying that I'm a resident of that room.
You are a resident of this room. I'll say this again, but this house is now me and Glenn's. Hurry up and leave or I'll call the police. Obviously, I'm not going to let the marriage happen either.
I understand. Fine, I won't marry him.
You finally understand. Just get out of my sight.
Are you finished with work, Glenn?
Oh, hi Marianne. I was just going to text you. I'm currently at the hotel.
You must have had a busy day.
Since you texted me, had soon something happened concerning my mother?
Well, you see, I let her in because she said she forgot something, but then she kicked me out of our house and now she won't let me in. Yep.
What? You mean our room at the Tower Mansion, right?
Yep, which means that I was kicked out of my own house. Your mother keeps saying it's now you and hers. The moment I opened the door to let her in, she pulled me out of the house and locked the door. Thank goodness my smartphone was in my pockets. Otherwise, I wouldn't have been able to contact you. I don't have anything else with me, though.
Huh? What? What the hell is going on? Why did Mom do such a thing?
It's probably fastest if you just took a look at the screenshots. I'll send you now. I didn't want to bother the neighbors, so we were conversing by text.
Show them to me.
Here you go.
I read them, Marianne. I apologize for my mother's actions. She has a habit of considering everything you say to be a lie once she considers you an enemy.
Oh, you said something like that before, right?
That's the reason her and Dad got divorced in the first place. She really never learns. Oh, where are you now? Oh, where are you now?
I'm staying at a business hotel in front of the station. I'm lucky they accepted electronic money.
Oh, you're only able to bring your phone with you, right?
The caretaker will probably let me in if I explain to him what happened. But I thought it would be best if I didn't simulate your mother any further. I decided to get away from her for now.
I really am so sorry. I tried calling her, but she wouldn't answer. She probably has her phone turned off.
I see. Just what is she planning on doing, I wonder?
About another thing. What did you mean when you told her you wouldn't marry me at the end of your conversation with her?
Oh, that? I just said that to shut her up. We'll just say we decided to get married after all.
Oh, I get it. I was wondering what I should do if you really gave up on marrying me.
It's fine. Sorry if I made you worry.
Anyways, I'll come home tomorrow. We could talk things through once I'm there. Just rest for today, okay?
Yep, thanks.
Marianne, I found out something about this incident that you need to hear.
Hi, Glenn. What did you find out?
I'll be at the station soon, so I'll tell you when I'm there. We need to talk about what to do about her anyways.
Okay, I'll be waiting outside of the station.
Got it! Mom, I'm currently outside the building.
Oh, welcome home. I was waiting for you, Glenn.
I could come in the house, right?
What? Oh, so she told you? I had her leave the apartment since the marriage was cancelled.
I'm asking where I could come in the house or not.
Of course you can. This is our house now. Just forget about that Marianne. Let's get along, just the two of us from now on, shall we? Glenn, why did you kick me out of your house? You even brought Marianne back in. Did you two plan this? But the two of us were going to live together here, from now on. It's no use bringing her back in. The marriage's already been cancelled.
The cancellation has been cancelled.
What?
I want to marry Marianne. It doesn't matter what you say. Marianne only said she would cancel the wedding to shut you up. We're going to get married as planned.
But that's still no reason to kick your mother out of your apartment.
What you're doing is illegal, Mom. The only reason you weren't kicked out sooner was because Marianne didn't want to cause a scene.
What are you saying? I only wanted to live together with my son. I don't deserve to be treated so badly.
This isn't my house. Marianne already told you, right? She's the one renting this apartment, not me.
Huh? My, Glenn. She's making you say this, right? The truth is, you're the one paying, but she's making you say this to me, right? My poor son. I'll save you as soon as possible. I know she's manipulating you, and that you aren't calm right now. But don't you realize what she's doing? There's no way that woman could rent such an expensive apartment. It's impossible.
But actually, Marianne earns enough money to rent an apartment like this.
My. She's even making you say that?
It's not a lie. Marianne runs her own company.
Huh?
Try typing in her full name on the internet. A picture of her will show up.
No way! So if it was true, Glenn, you'll still let me live with you, right?
Now do you understand? I'm the visitor in this apartment, not the other way around. I'm just a regular office worker. I still work at the company I got into after graduating college. If I rented an apartment like this, all my salary would be gone.
But you're my son, and I was so happy when I found out you lived at such a place because I thought that you were making so much money. I was so proud of you. I always wanted to live in a tower mansion myself.
Didn't I tell you this when I told you that I would be living with Marianne? That I would be moving to the room Marianne was renting here?
Huh? Didn't you say you were going to rent an apartment and live with her?
No! Just when did I say such a thing? I told you this by text, so the messages should still be there.
This is a joke, right?
Also, I already know why you suddenly showed up and tried to take over our room. Apparently, the landlord of your apartment called your brother, who was also the guarantor for your room. It seems like you haven't paid your rent in 2 months.
Well, you see, that's because I
called the place you worked at part-time because I couldn't believe it, and they said that you quit your job 4 months ago?
But I thought it would be fine if I quit and just lived with you. If you earned enough money to rent an apartment at a tower mansion, I kept waiting for you to invite me to your apartment, which is when I ran out of money.
I told you that I would be living at Marianne's apartment. I never said anything about you living with us. Stop trying to push what you want on us. All this is your fault, so just leave us alone already, will you?
But there's no use telling me this now. I don't have anywhere to live and no money. Please, you're my son.
There's no way we're going to let you live with us. Not after causing all this trouble.
Wait, please! You're just going to leave your mother alone?
Don't worry about where you're going to live. Apparently your brother is going to handle things.
What? My brother? No, I'd rather go back to my old apartment.
But how are you going to pay for it? Uncle says that he's not going to just let you get off with nothing.
Why?
When he told me about how you weren't paying rent, I also told him about this incident you caused. He was furious with you and said something like, "She's already picking on her son's wife?" He says he's going to take custody of you and set your head straight.
No, please, you don't know. You know I don't like my brother, right?
Oh, Uncle's already arrived, it seems.
What?
After that conversation, Mrs. Payne looked back in panic to see her brother getting out of a car. She sensed the rage in his aura and fell to the ground weeping. Her brother then threw her into the car and drove away. 1 month later, me and Glenn got married, and I found out that I was pregnant. Mrs. Payne found out about this and came to the Tower Mansion once again, demanding to let her live with us. But we had already moved to another apartment, and thank God that we did. This time, the neighbors called the police on her, which made her brother even more furious when he found out. Apparently, Glenn got a message from his uncle the next day saying that he threw her into an acquaintance's company to get a job because I am done with her. He says this job is sure to smack some sense into her, and that she now spends every day being scolded by superiors half her age, constantly on the verge of tears.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.